Fertility is something that many men only start to worry about when they face difficulties. The truth is, our daily habits have a much bigger impact than most imagine. You may not even realize it, but the way you live today could be slowly and silently reducing your chances of having children in the future. And the worst part? Some of these habits are so common that many men never even consider them harmful. What if I told you that certain everyday actions are affecting not just your fertility, but also your energy, your confidence, and even your ability to perform in bed? The good news is that by identifying these harmful habits and making small changes, you can significantly improve not only your reproductive health, but also your overall quality of life. Before we dive into the first one, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why infertility rates are rising worldwide? According to studies from the World Health Organization, sperm counts have been declining significantly over the past decades. Scientists estimate that the average male sperm count has dropped by over 50% since the 1970s. In other words, men today have about half the sperm their grandfathers had. This decline is not random. It's directly linked to lifestyle choices, environmental factors, and of course, daily habits that sabotage male reproductive health. And what if I told you that one of the main culprits is something you probably do every single day without thinking twice? One of the most underestimated factors is heat exposure in the groin area. The testicles are outside the body for a reason. They need to stay cooler than the rest of your body to produce healthy sperm. The ideal temperature for sperm production is about 2 to 3 degrees lower than your body temperature. But what do most men do? They sit for long hours, work with their laptops on their laps, wear tight underwear, and even spend excessive time in hot showers, saunas, or jacuzzis. All of this increases the temperature of the testicles and, over time, significantly reduces sperm quality. Studies show that prolonged exposure to heat can cause not only a temporary decrease in sperm production, but also permanent damage to fertility in the long run. Now think about it. If you work sitting down all day, wear tight underwear, and use a heated car seat in the winter, you're constantly exposing your reproductive system to heat stress. And it doesn't stop there. One of the biggest mistakes is using a laptop directly on your lap. A study published in the journal Fertility and Sterility found that laptops can raise the scrotal temperature by up to 2.8 °C, which is enough to negatively affect sperm production. And if you think this is a minor issue, consider this. Men who work in hot environments, such as welders and bakers, have much higher rates of infertility. The science is clear. Heat is one of your biggest enemies when it comes to reproductive health. So, what can you do to avoid this? First, opt for looser, breathable underwear made from natural fabrics like cotton. Avoid synthetic materials that trap heat and moisture. If you work sitting down for long hours, make it a habit to stand up and move around every hour. And, most importantly, stop placing your laptop directly on your lap. Use a desk or a laptop stand to keep it away from your body. Simple changes like these can have a massive impact over time. Now let's talk about something that's even more common and just as damaging: your diet. Most men don't realize that what they eat directly influences their sperm quality. If your diet is rich in processed foods, high in trans fats, and low in essential nutrients, your reproductive system will pay the price. A study from Harvard found that men who consume diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats have lower sperm counts, poorer sperm motility, and higher rates of DNA damage in their sperm. And if you think a little fast food here and there won't hurt, think again. Research has found that men who frequently consume processed foods have up to 30% fewer sperm than those who eat a balanced diet rich in whole foods. But why does this happen? The reason is simple. Sperm production is a complex process that depends on various vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. A diet deficient in essential nutrients leads to oxidative stress, which damages sperm cells and reduces their ability to function properly. The biggest enemies? Foods high in trans fats, excessive alcohol consumption, and refined sugars. Trans fats, commonly found in fried foods, margarine, and many processed snacks, have been linked to lower testosterone levels and a significant drop in sperm quality. And here's something even more alarming: soft drinks. A study published in Human Reproduction found that men who consume sugary sodas regularly have lower sperm motility and a lower sperm count. The excess sugar leads to insulin resistance, which negatively affects testosterone levels and overall reproductive function. So, what should you do instead? Focus on a diet rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. Foods like avocados, nuts, olive oil, and fatty fish are excellent for improving sperm quality. Green leafy vegetables, which are rich in folic acid, play a crucial role in DNA synthesis and sperm health. Zinc, found in foods like oysters and pumpkin seeds, is essential for testosterone production and sperm formation. The more you nourish your body with high-quality foods, the better your reproductive system will function. But of course, this is just the beginning. These are only 2 of the habits that are secretly harming your fertility, and as you've seen, the impact is massive. And now, I want to hear from you. Comment the word fertility below if you're interested in taking better care of your reproductive health. Your comment helps spread this message so that more men become aware of these common mistakes and take action before it's too late. If you've made it this far, it means you truly care about your health and your fertility. And that's an incredible first step. The reality is, most men go through life without ever thinking about how their daily habits affect their reproductive system. But now that you're aware of how heat exposure and poor diet are silently sabotaging your fertility, it's time to dive even deeper into other hidden threats that most people never consider. Some of these are so ingrained in modern life that avoiding them might seem almost impossible. But don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to protect yourself while still living your normal life. One of the biggest silent killers of male fertility is something you likely use every single day without even thinking about it: plastic. That's right, plastic is not just harming the environment. It's also damaging your reproductive system in ways you can't even imagine. The problem lies in endocrine disruptors, particularly bisphenol A, BPA, and phthalates. These chemicals are found in plastic bottles, food containers, canned food linings, and even receipts. And here's where it gets truly alarming. Studies show that BPA mimics estrogen in the body, disrupting hormonal balance and leading to lower testosterone levels, reduced sperm production, and even DNA damage in sperm cells. A study published in Human Reproduction found that men with high levels of BPA in their system had 20 to 30% lower sperm counts than those with lower exposure. And it doesn't stop there. Phthalates, which are used to make plastic more flexible, have been linked to poor sperm motility and increased oxidative stress, which further damages sperm quality. This means that every time you drink from a plastic water bottle, store your food in plastic containers, or heat up your leftovers in plastic, you could be exposing yourself to these dangerous chemicals. But here's the good news. Reducing your exposure is easier than you might think. Start by switching to glass or stainless steel water bottles, avoiding canned foods whenever possible, and never microwaving food in plastic containers. Instead, use glass or ceramic dishes. Small changes like these can drastically reduce your exposure to endocrine disruptors and help preserve your hormonal balance and fertility. Now, let's move on to something even more shocking: your sleep. Most people understand that sleep is important for energy and focus, but few realize just how crucial it is for male fertility. If you're someone who constantly sacrifices sleep for work, entertainment, or social media, your reproductive health is paying a heavy price. A study from the University of Southern Denmark analyzed over 1,000 men and found that those who had poor sleep habits had significantly lower sperm counts, reduced testosterone levels, and increased levels of sperm DNA fragmentation. This means that even if you're doing everything else right, chronic sleep deprivation alone can be enough to sabotage your fertility. But why does this happen? The answer lies in hormonal regulation. Testosterone, the hormone responsible for sperm production, muscle growth, and libido, is primarily produced while you sleep. In fact, up to 90% of daily testosterone release occurs during deep sleep. When you consistently get less than 6 hours of sleep per night, your body produces significantly less testosterone, leading to reduced sperm production, lower energy levels, and even a decreased sex drive. Worse still, lack of sleep increases cortisol, the stress hormone, which further suppresses testosterone production and damages sperm health. So, how can you fix this? The key is consistency. Aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night. Avoid screens at least an hour before bed, as blue light from phones and computers disrupts melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, keep your bedroom cool and dark, and try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. These small adjustments can make a world of difference in your reproductive health and overall well-being. But we're not done yet. There's another habit that's wreaking havoc on male fertility, and chances are you're exposed to it every single day: stress. Stress is one of the most underestimated causes of infertility, and it's more damaging than most people realize. When you're constantly stressed, your body goes into survival mode, prioritizing immediate needs over reproductive functions. This means less testosterone production, poorer sperm quality, and, in severe cases, even erectile dysfunction. Chronic stress triggers an increase in cortisol, which directly interferes with testosterone production. A study published in Fertility and Sterility found that men with high stress levels had significantly lower sperm counts and poorer sperm motility. And it's not just psychological stress. Physical stress from overtraining, excessive caffeine consumption, and even constant exposure to environmental toxins can have the same negative effect. So, how can you combat stress and protect your fertility? The key is finding healthy ways to manage it. Exercise is one of the most effective ways to lower stress and boost testosterone levels. But here's the catch: overtraining can have the opposite effect. Studies show that intense, prolonged exercise, especially endurance training, can lead to reduced testosterone production and increased cortisol levels. This means that while regular strength training is great for hormone balance, excessive cardio or constant high-intensity training without proper recovery can actually harm your fertility. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, and even spending time outdoors can significantly lower cortisol and improve reproductive health. If you're constantly feeling overwhelmed, it's important to take a step back and find ways to relax. Your fertility and overall health depends on it. Now, if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most men who never even consider these factors. And because you're someone who truly values your health, I have a challenge for you. Share this video with someone who might need this information. Many men are unknowingly damaging their fertility every single day, and simply sharing this could help them take control of their reproductive health before it's too late. Every day you ignore your declining energy, performance, and drive, you lose a little more of what makes you you. But it doesn't have to be this way. There's a scientifically proven method to naturally boost your hormones, restore your power, and reignite your confidence. Don't let time steal what's yours. Click the pinned comment now and take back control before it's too late. Now that you're aware of how heat exposure, diet, plastics, sleep deprivation, and stress are destroying male fertility, you might be wondering, what else could possibly be harming your reproductive health without you even realizing it? Well, the truth is, modern life is full of hidden threats that most men never think twice about. But by identifying and eliminating these harmful habits, you'll not only improve your fertility, but also increase your energy, confidence, and overall well-being. And trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next, because the next two factors are some of the most dangerous and underestimated ones out there. Let's start with one of the worst habits that men still refuse to take seriously: excessive alcohol consumption. Now, I'm not saying you need to completely give up alcohol, but if you're drinking regularly, especially in large amounts, you need to understand the serious impact it has on your reproductive health. Studies have shown that alcohol directly reduces testosterone levels, damages sperm DNA, and lowers sperm count. And if you think a couple of drinks here and there won't hurt, think again. A study published in BMJ Open found that men who drank just 5 alcoholic beverages per week had lower sperm quality than those who drank less or not at all. And for those who consume alcohol excessively, the damage is even worse. Alcohol affects fertility in multiple ways. First, it increases estrogen levels in men, which disrupts hormonal balance and lowers testosterone. Second, it damages the liver, which plays a crucial role in metabolizing hormones. And third, alcohol increases oxidative stress, which leads to sperm DNA fragmentation. This means that even if sperm is still being produced, its quality is significantly reduced, making conception more difficult and increasing the chances of miscarriage or genetic abnormalities in offspring. But that's not all. Excessive alcohol consumption also negatively impacts sexual performance. It reduces libido, increases the likelihood of erectile dysfunction, and decreases energy levels. If you've ever noticed that you feel sluggish or less motivated after a night of drinking, imagine what's happening on a biological level inside your body. The best way to avoid these problems is to drink in moderation. If you do consume alcohol, stick to occasional drinks rather than making it a regular habit. Opting for red wine in small amounts may even provide antioxidants that support heart health, but binge drinking and frequent alcohol use are directly linked to reduced fertility and sexual health. Now, let's move on to the last and possibly most controversial factor: exposure to electronic devices and electromagnetic radiation. This is a topic that many people overlook, but the science is clear. Constant exposure to radiation from cell phones, Wi-Fi, and other electronic devices could be harming your fertility. A study published in Environment International found that men who regularly kept their phones in their front pockets had significantly lower sperm counts and poorer sperm motility. The reason? Electromagnetic waves emitted by cell phones and other wireless devices have been shown to increase oxidative stress in sperm cells, leading to DNA damage. Think about it. If you're constantly carrying your phone in your pocket, placing your laptop on your lap, or sleeping next to your Wi-Fi router, you're exposing your reproductive system to harmful radiation for hours every single day. While research is still ongoing, the evidence so far suggests that prolonged exposure to electromagnetic fields, EMFs, can lead to increased sperm DNA fragmentation and lower overall sperm quality. So what can you do? Start by keeping your phone away from your body as much as possible. Use a table, desk, or bag instead of placing it in your pocket. When using a laptop, always keep it on a surface instead of directly on your lap. And if possible, turn off your Wi-Fi router at night while you sleep. These small adjustments can help reduce your exposure to EMFs and minimize the potential risks to your reproductive health. Now, let's take a step back and reflect on everything we've covered. The reality is, most men are unknowingly sabotaging their fertility every single day. The modern world is full of hidden dangers: heat exposure, poor diet, plastics, sleep deprivation, stress, alcohol, and electromagnetic radiation all play a role in decreasing sperm count, damaging sperm quality, and disrupting hormone levels. But here's the good news. Now that you're aware of these issues, you have the power to make changes. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. But by making small, intentional adjustments, like switching to glass containers, prioritizing sleep, reducing alcohol consumption, and keeping your phone out of your pocket, you can take control of your reproductive health and improve your chances of fathering healthy children in the future. And if you've made it to the end of this video, you're already ahead of the majority of men who never even think about these things. But before you go, I have one last request. Watch the next video that's on the screen right now. It's packed with even more valuable information that will help you maximize your health, performance, and longevity. Don't miss it. I'll see you over there.